Oh, good morning. Don't you feel like you're in a chorus line now? Exactly. That's Nick on the drums and Scott on the bass, and that's Martha. Yeah. Oh, we're in the right place. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the light in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. I'll get up. Now lift your voice and sing with me. Here we go. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of, let me hear you. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of, yeah, let me hear you. Come together. We come together. Oh, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. Ooh, we come together. Ooh, we come together. In the name of love.
Robert, thank you for bringing us together. If that's what you do for a prelude, I can't wait to hear the rest. Thank you, thank you. So welcome, I'm Shireen Hill, and I am so excited to feel the energy, not just here in this space, but the energy online in our virtual sanctuary, because we all know there's no boundaries to energy. And so whether you're online or here, you're welcome here. And if you're new, make sure and fill out one of our contact cards so we get to know you just a little bit better. They're either at the welcome desk or online at getting new to Unity at unitydenver.org. So I am going to just blast through a few things that we have going on here in the life of Unity. The first thing is I want to make sure and invite you to stay for fellowship. We have fellowship sponsored today by the Sisters of Spirit. And the gift of fellowship is brought to us through people in the congregation who give of their time and their talents and the food. And so we're inviting you to be a part of that and sign up at one of the sign-up sheets that are back in the gathering area for a week, where you might serve on a team that's already serving. You might bring a team like the Sisters in Spirit, or maybe it's an opportunity for you as a family to serve. So make sure you stop by and sign up if you're drawn to doing something like that. The next thing is just to remind you, today is our spiritually motivated social engagement team meeting. After fellowship, you can come into the Children's Garden, and we're still in our grassroots stages of forming and understanding what being spiritually motivated as we engage socially here in the church, outside of the church, means, what it looks like. So we'd like you to be there and help us with that. The next thing is, you notice you had a lot of inserts. There's a lot of things going on. And as a result, there's an invitation for you to be a part of a team called Reimagining Our Space. So as we're doing all of these events and inviting people into the Unity, the physical space, we'd like to invite you to be part of the group. They meet April 10th, and it's really an opportunity to come and do some visioning around what can we do, and I think there's a slide for that. What we can do for, for making this space functional and inviting. So in your insert, you will see the details about the time and how you can sign up. Next, we have the Red Tent event. This is something that occurs every month, and last month we actually had 20 participants who came and were able to feel that life-changing experience. And so the co-facilitators, Johanna and Cindy, are inviting you to join them again this month and celebrate not only springtime for the earth, but springtime in our own lives. You can feel it, right? That springtime happening. So make sure that you sign up for that, whether you identify as female or non-binary or transgender or LGBTQ. Not only are you welcome, but you're encouraged to be part of that. So that's really it for what I am going to share. Now I'm going to invite a member of our community to come up and share about something exciting we have coming up. This is Kath Robertson.
Thanks, Shireen. Hi, everybody. So a couple weeks ago, actually maybe it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, Joanne and I were sitting at home, and we had just finished a book group that we've been part of for a long time, and we were reading about hope. And I said to her, okay, I can't just sit around and talk about hope anymore. I've got to do something that makes me feel hopeful. So let's have a singing class, because we haven't done that in a really long time, and it's time to start singing again. That's a way that for many of us, we feel connected to each other and into the divine. So we are offering a class. Joanne and I and everybody in the book group is participating. Kirsten will be bringing artwork each week based on a chakra. Anne will be bringing movement, which is really great, to go with the songs. Joanne is bringing poetry and prayer. And of course, there'll be a playlist and we'll be singing. And it's an 8-week opportunity. And the last thing I want to tell you about is that this isn't a singing class. It's really about practicing the presence. And you don't have to be a singer to enjoy coming or participating, because we're singing along with music. And so you can just relax and sing along in whichever way you want to sing along. And you can even just breathe and enjoy being in a room where people are singing. We're going to do it here in the sanctuary, so there's plenty of space for us to spread out and still hear each other but feel COVID safe. So I encourage you to sign up. Now do I hand this to you, Trish? Okay, here you go. See what I can do with it. All right.
Thank you, Kath. You better be careful what you're asking for. Ooh, you get me some. Good morning, everyone. It's a lively group in here. I can feel it. Yeah, there's a little baby talking back to me. Things are going well. So thank you for being here. I am Trish Morris, your spiritual leader. Happy to see you all here this morning. Thanks, Shireen. We do have a lot going on, and here's the deal. We ride the line between we didn't hear about that and stop talking about that. And so I'm trying to sort of go back to our schedule where we talk about what's coming up most currently and support you all in reading your newsletters and your bulletins and keeping up to date, because there is a lot going on, and I hope you don't miss out on it. So check your bulletins for more information that we didn't talk about this morning. So I'm just going to invite you to take a breath with me. Yeah, a lot of busyness. We come together this morning, as all mornings. Well, it doesn't matter what morning, what day. This morning, we're coming together intentionally to connect with each other, to connect with our inner knowing, our highest and truest sense of ourself that we often understand to be God by whatever name we may know that. And to connect with the oneness that we share through that divine inheritance, all being expressions of that one source. And so as we just breathe into that space this morning, I invite you to affirm our creed with me. Our God is love, our race is human, our faith is oneness. So as you settle into that and settle into the space this morning, I will read. My reading for you this morning comes again from Robert Bremett's Finding Yourself in Transition, which we are working through together as a community. He says this, that each season of our life is to be honored. These times can teach us much if we only listen. Yet in the West, we have a fear of the season of emptiness. We don't trust it. We try to fill it with something, or seek some way of distraction. Culturally, we tend to see growth as an additive process, an ever-expanding movement into more and more and more. Rarely do we think of growth in terms of letting go. Yet letting go is an essential step in recreation. It is a vital part of any creative process. In the biblical creation story, the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Creation begins with emptiness. It is from emptiness that new life emerges. So we'll be talking more about that this morning. But for now, I encourage you to just stay, as I can already sense, are sort of centered and settled, taking a deep breath as we connect for our opening prayer. I just ring this singing bowl that is tuned to our heart chakra. And I've been asked to let that ring a little more, so you can let that sound resonate with you and open you as we go into a time of prayer. So just relax and let the sound lead you inward.
Surely the presence of love is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of love is in this place.
So we're just reminded this day and every day that love is in this place and in any space where we are. For we are each expressions of divine love. So we just take time to connect with that more fully. To really open up to this idea that God is all there is. That divine life, divine energy is imbued in and through all that we see and all that we are. And so there is no place, no space within you or your life or our collective life where that presence is not. And so claim that connection for yourself, in your heart, in your mind, knowing that you are connected with the divine mind, divine ideas, divine love. You have access to all of that. And as we center in that awareness, we begin to feel guided. We begin to see possibilities in places and spaces where we had not before. And so we open up to that. That God is all there is, and in that God I am one. With the divine and with all of humanity, all of creation. And as we claim that truth, as we live into that truth, we go about healing our own lives and the collective life of humanity. And so we consciously bring that collective life, whatever that is, that may be on your mind or heart this morning. We could certainly continue to enfold the people of Ukraine in that presence, in that knowing. Of people in our own lives that are hurting, we hold them in that knowing. May they know that connection within themselves. May they seek it. May they feel the support of it. And so as we know this for ourselves and we call this forward for all beings and all of creation, we are part of a solution. We are part of the evolution of our own understanding of who and what we are and of the possibility of living into that. And so for that awareness that continues to call to us, grow us, and support us, we are grateful. And so it is. Amen.
I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free. As I continue walking in this mystery, I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks on my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. And I'm more peaceful every moment, every day. I will surrender every moment, every day.
I'll tell you what I don't need, Robert, is that. I guess this happens when you're up here listening to music. I used to think it was just David. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I think I had 2 weeks of surrender and then I'm back to, all right. And that's what you're getting today. So I'll share that with you. You know, we've been doing this series on Robert Brummett's Finding Yourself in Transition. And I think we've all agreed of this collective, bigger feeling of transition we're feeling and making our way through that. But I'm just curious, by a show of hands, those of you, aside from the transition of leadership here, we can talk about that too, but in your own life, are you in the midst of some transition? Excellent. All right, so I'm not off guard. I'm not off task. And how many of you are attuned to or actively feeling some of that as a result, and it's fine if you are, of the transition in leadership here? Yeah, feeling some. Yeah, good. And how many of you are cognizant that you are in part of this collective experience of transition that we're having trouble naming, that we're starting to feel and name? Okay. All right, good. Well, I think you're in the right place. We've talked about Robert Brummett's, if you're sort of new to this conversation, there are sort of these 3 phases in transition. I'll just do this by way of catching you up. So we start with an ending. It can be a literal ending of perhaps a relationship or a job or a death of someone near to us. I'm wanting to just share, that brings to my mind, I think you saw it in your bulletin, I wanted to invite you all to hold the space for Linda Maxwell's family, who made her transition last Thursday, Jim Fairley's partner, Becky Fairley's mother-in-law. That just came to my mind, so I know that that family is experiencing that ending. And what that brings up for us in endings and loss is obviously grief and sadness and confusion, but it also pushes us into those spaces where we begin to question our identity and our purpose. And some of the ways that we've known ourselves to be are not functioning as they had in the past. And so we get through that process, which is a pretty tumultuous time, pretty active time of, can kind of be likened to an earthquake. Do I have a slide for this? I might. It's so hard to know. I do. Yes. Endings are often tumultuous times, sometimes likened to an earthquake. The void, that middle place that we're heading into today, by contrast is empty, flat, void of anything that seems solid or definite. And so you can see immediately that there is an urge to get out of that, right? That's an uncomfortable place. So we likened it, you can take that down, thank you, Al, to the story of Exodus last week, which I said, nothing will cheer you up more than the story of Exodus. But there are some valuable lessons in it that actually are inspiring. And so we considered, through that lens, we looked at Moses, so we do this metaphysically, looking at these people and these places and these themes in the Bible as parts of our experience that represent parts of us that are calling sometimes. And so when we